She tried to kill me. The desert planet was dry, silent, and full of danger. Twin suns hung in the sky like burning eyes. Nothing moved except the wind, and the human soldier walking slowly across the cracked ground. His name was Ryan. He was tall, strong, and covered in dust. His mission was simple: meet the alien leaders, talk peace, and return home. But deep inside, he didn't trust them. The Galari, an advanced alien species, had been at war with humans for years. The peace talks were sudden. Too sudden. As he reached the alien camp, he saw her. She stood at the entrance, tall, armored, and still like a statue. Her eyes glowed, faintly blue. Her skin was silver pale. Her name was Zara. "You must be Ryan," she said in a calm voice. "I will escort you inside." Ryan nodded. He followed her through metal halls and glowing lights. Alien technology buzzed around them. Everything felt too clean, too perfect. Zara walked ahead, silent and focused. Ryan watched her carefully. Her movements were smooth, graceful but dangerous, like a blade hidden in silk. "So," he said, trying to sound relaxed, "you're my babysitter?" She didn't smile. "I'm your protector." That word didn't sit right with him. Inside, the meeting room, the Galari leaders welcomed Ryan. They smiled, offered him strange drinks, and spoke of peace. But Ryan felt it in his bones. Something was wrong. Later that night, as he sat alone in his assigned room, the lights suddenly flickered. The door hissed open, and there she was, Zara. But this time she wasn't calm. She held a blade. It glowed with soft red energy. Her eyes locked onto him like a hunter. "You have to die," she whispered. Ryan jumped to his feet. "What are you talking about?" "They know," she said, stepping closer. "They found out why you're really here." His heart raced. "I came for peace." She shook her head. "You came with hidden codes. Your ship holds data they want. They believe you're a spy." He raised his hands. "I'm not a spy." "I know," she said quietly, "but they don't care." Before he could react, she charged, fast, like lightning. The blade pierced his chest. Pain exploded through him. His knees hit the floor. He looked up at her, eyes wide. Her face was cold, emotionless. "Why?" he gasped. She leaned close. "Stay down. Don't move. Pretend you're dead." And then, darkness. When Ryan opened, his eyes, everything was blurry. He was lying in a cave, not the alien camp. His chest was bandaged. The pain was still there, but he was alive. A fire crackled nearby, and beside it, Zara. She looked different now. Her armor was gone, just soft fabric, no weapon in sight. He tried to sit up. "You stabbed me." She turned to him. "I saved. You stabbed me. I used a shock blade. It looks deadly, but it doesn't go deep. Enough to fool the others." Ryan stared at her, confused and angry. "Why would you help me?" Zara looked into the fire. "Because this war is a lie, and I'm tired of lies." Silence hung between them. Outside, the alien skies turned dark. Stars appeared, bright and endless. "They'll be hunting us now," Zara said. "Us? You're not going home yet, Ryan. Not until you know the truth." "What truth?" She stood up, her eyes glowing again, this time with something softer. "The truth about why peace was never meant to happen, and why I was chosen to kill you." Ryan looked at her, still weak, still confused. But something in her voice made him listen. Something told him this was just the beginning. Why didn't she kill me? The fire had burned low by the time Ryan fully woke up. His chest still hurt, his muscles ached. But what hurt more was the question in his mind. Why didn't she kill me? Zara sat across the cave, sharpening a strange-looking knife. The metal glowed faintly green. She didn't look at him. Not yet. Ryan pushed himself up slowly. He winced. The wound was real, but not fatal. She could have killed him, but she didn't. You saved me, he said. Zara didn't answer. He tried again. You stabbed me, but you saved me. She stopped sharpening. Her voice was quiet, almost cold. I didn't do it for you. He frowned. Then for who? She looked up. Her eyes were tired now, not glowing, not cold, just sad. If I hadn't faked your death, she said, they would have killed you for real. They were watching. Cameras, drones, eyes everywhere. So you staged it, Ryan said slowly, piecing it together. You made it look real. She nodded. I used a low-power shock blade, enough to knock you out, enough blood to fool them. I carried you out while alarms went off, made it look like I was disposing the body. He stared at her. Why risk it? Zara stood, walked to the cave's edge, and looked out into the alien night. Because something's wrong, Ryan. Something deep inside the council. Inside my people. We were never meant to make peace. He blinked. But the meetings, the treaty, a show, she interrupted. For your leaders, for ours. But the real plan was war. The wind outside howled. Dust swirled around the rocks like ghosts. They wanted you to die on this planet, she said. They wanted a reason to attack Earth. Your death would be the spark. Ryan stood now, slower, weaker, but standing. So, why not just tell someone? Because they'd kill me too, she said. I'm not just a soldier, I'm a traitor now. He stepped toward her. Who are you really, Zara? She turned to him. You wouldn't believe me? Try me. She hesitated. Then, my real name is Zara Velnar, daughter of Council Prime Varen Velnar. His eyes widened. You're royalty? Not anymore. I left that life the day I refused to follow the plan. They wanted me to earn your trust, then kill you in a broadcast. Live. For both sides to see. And instead you brought me here. Yes. He took a breath. So what now? Zara looked at the sky. Stars blinked above them like eyes watching from the dark. Now? We run. To where? To a place where they can't track us. There's an old rebel outpost deep in the dust canyons. Someone there owes me a favor. Ryan shook his head. You're telling me the only way to stop a war is to run and hide? She looked at him. No, we're not hiding. We're finding the truth. And then we show the galaxy what's really going on. Suddenly a sound echoed through the canyon, a high-pitched drone hum. Zara froze. They found us, she whispered. How? Must have tracked my old armor. I kept a piece for protection. I was stupid. She grabbed her weapon, tossed him a small blaster. What are we supposed to do? He asked, eyes wide. Survive, she said. Follow me. They ran through the narrow rocks, red moons above, sharp shadows below. The drone sound grew louder. Then, a flash of light, a scream in the sky. A hunter ship descended, its engines howling like monsters. Blaster fire lit up the night. Zara pulled Ryan behind a ledge. They'll be on foot soon. We have to split up. What? No. You can't die here. If you die, it all ends. And you? She looked at him. I'll draw them away. Meet me at dawn, on the ridge shaped like a broken wing. Before he could stop her, she sprinted into the dark. The last thing he saw was her silhouette disappearing into the firelit canyon. He was alone again. But now, he carried something more dangerous than a weapon. Hope. The truth about Zara the night passed slowly. Ryan waited near the ridge that looked like a broken wing, just like Zara said. The moons shifted in the sky. Strange creatures howled in the distance. His blaster felt cold in his hand. His heart, colder. He didn't know if she'd make it. He didn't know if he could trust her. But something inside him told him to wait. And just before dawn, she appeared. Limping. covered in dust, but alive. "You're late," Ryan said. Zira gave a tired smile. "I was almost on time until a drone shot at my face." They didn't speak for a while. They just walked together, deeper into the rocky hills, away from satellites, away from warships, away from everything. Finally, Ryan broke the silence. "You said we're going to find the truth. I need to know. Who are you?" "Really?" Zara stopped walking. She turned and looked at him. Her eyes glowed just a little. "You want the truth?" "I think I deserve it." She nodded. Then she sat on a rock and took a deep breath. "My name," she began, "is Zara Velnar, daughter of Varan Velnar, the head of the Galari High Council. My father is one of the most powerful beings in this galaxy. And he wanted me dead," Ryan said flatly. Zara looked down. "He doesn't care about humans. To him, you're just useful, until you're not. So why pretend to make peace? Because the Galari are running out of energy. Our core planets are dying. We need your resources, your sun systems, your technology. The treaty was just a cover to get close, to study you, learn your weaknesses, then strike." Ryan shook his head. "But war already ended." "No." It paused, she said. "This mission, your death, was meant to trigger it again. But this time the Galari would hit first, fast, hard, and with full force." He stared at her, trying to read her face. "And you're okay betraying your own kind?" She met his gaze. "I'm not betraying them. I'm saving them. From themselves." Then she added softly, "And maybe saving you too." They continued, walking. Soon they reached a canyon entrance hidden by fallen stones. Zara pressed her hand against a panel on the wall. It scanned her blood. Then the door opened with a hiss. Inside, an ancient base, abandoned, dusty, but still powered. They stepped in, and something changed. The lights flickered on, revealing walls filled with data screens, old Galari tech, blinking files, corrupted videos, strange codes in alien language. "This place was a rebel outpost," Zara said. 20 years ago, some Galari tried to stop the war before it began. They believed in peace, real peace. What happened to them?" "They disappeared." Ryan looked around. "This place doesn't look dead to me." "That's because I've kept it alive," said a new voice. Both Ryan and Zira turned sharply. A tall alien male stepped from the shadows. His hair was white, skin cracked with age, eyes glowing dimly. "Greetings, princess," he said with a slight smile. "Been a long time." "Kyle," Zara said, surprised. "You're still here?" "Someone had to keep the truth safe," he said. Kale showed Ryan a screen. On it, video logs. Secret recordings from the Galari High Council, including one where Zira's own father gives the kill order for Ryan. Ryan's face went pale. "He wanted to make sure your death looked like a betrayal," Kale explained. "Blame it on a human leak. Get both sides angry again." Zara stood silently. Her face was unreadable. Kale leaned closer to Ryan. "You weren't chosen because you're important, son. You were chosen because you were expendable." Ryan felt sick, betrayed, used. But Kale wasn't done. "There's more. The Galari don't just want war. They need a union, a forced joining of species. And their next move is darker than war." He pulled up another file. Ryan stared in horror. "They're building something," Zara whispered. "A machine that can rewrite DNA. They plan to upgrade humanity," Kale said. "To make you like them. They call it the Purity Project," Zara added quietly. Ryan looked at her, stunned. "So this wasn't just about peace or war. They're planning to change what it means to be human." Zara nodded. "And they were going to start with you." Outside, dust blew harder. A red light blinked on the wall. Incoming signal. Kale rushed to the screen. "They found the outpost," he growled. "You two need to leave now." "What about you?" Zara asked. Kale smiled sadly. I've been hiding too long. It's your turn to fight. Sarah and Ryan ran. They barely escaped before the sky lit up with fire. A cruiser hovered above, dropping black-armored Galari troops into the canyon. But the two fugitives had already vanished into the smoke. As they rested that night under alien stars, Ryan looked at Zira and asked the question he hadn't dared before. Why me? Sarah stared into the fire. I read your files. I watched your reports. You weren't the best, not the strongest, not the smartest. But you asked questions, and you cared. That made you dangerous. Then she looked up at him, and it made you human. We're being hunted. They didn't sleep that night. Ryan and Zara moved through the canyon in silence, using shadows for cover. Above them, the sky shimmered with dark ships, patrolling, scanning, searching. Every few minutes, they'd hear the deep hum of a hunter drone, and every time, Zara would pull Ryan down behind rocks or into cracks in the cliffside. They were being hunted, but Ryan didn't know why it felt personal. Now, this wasn't just about killing a soldier. This was about silencing a truth. How long can we keep running? He whispered as they crouched under a rocky outcrop. Zara didn't answer right away. Her face was focused, scanning the sky. Not forever, she finally said. But long enough to reach what we need. And what's that? Proof. Ryan gave a bitter laugh. I almost died for that proof. Is it even worth it? Zara turned to him. If we fail, humans, we'll never know what the Galari plan to do to them. Your species will go to war and lose everything, not just lives, but identity. Your freedom to be human. Ryan met her gaze. Then let's stop running. We will, she said. But first we need to disappear. By morning they reached a strange forest. Deep blue trees with black leaves. The air was thick, the ground was soft like it breathed. This place is alive, Ryan whispered. It is, Sarah said. The forest listens. Listens? She looked at him. Just don't lie when you speak here, it knows. He didn't ask what she meant. He just followed. They walked for hours. At one point, Ryan tripped over a twisted root and landed hard. Sarah offered him a hand. You always fall this much? She said with a half smile. Only when I'm being hunted by space assassins and trees with feelings, he replied. They both laughed. It was the first laugh since the stabbing, and it felt strange, but good. They reached a hidden opening in the forest, a circular clearing where the trees didn't grow. In the center stood a metal pillar, ancient and rusted. This is it, Zara said. An old signal post, deep frequency tech. We can use it to send encrypted data to one person who might still help us. Who? A human diplomat. He was once part of the talks. Then he vanished, went underground when he saw what the Galari were planning. We call him the Echo. Ryan looked at the pillar. Can we trust him? We have to. Zara began powering up the post. Glowing rings lit up, then suddenly a loud beep. Signal intercepted. They found us, Zara hissed. They traced the activation. Ryan looked up. Clouds were breaking, revealing a black ship descending fast. Galari Hunter class. Heavily armed. Zara grabbed the data drive. We have to move. Now. But before they could escape, a shockwave hit the forest. Trees cracked. The air screamed. Ryan was thrown into the dirt. Zara rolled beside him, coughing. They got up, only to see figures emerging from the smoke. Not soldiers. Hunters. Tall. Armored in black chrome. Faces hidden. Weapons glowing. The lead hunter raised his arm. Target confirmed. Terminate both. Sarah pulled her blade. Ryan raised his blaster, and they ran straight into the fire. The fight was chaos. Sarah moved like a storm, fast and precise. Her blade cut through the first two hunters. Ryan stayed close, firing controlled shots. He wasn't trained for this. Not like her, but he was learning fast. A hunter tackled him. He hit the ground hard. The blaster flew out of reach. The hunter raised its weapon. Ryan closed his eyes. Boom! The hunter dropped, headless. Sarah stood over him, breathing hard. Stay with me, she said. They fled deeper into the woods. Behind them, the sound of pursuit echoed like drums. At last, they slid into a cave hidden behind thick roots, breathing heavy, hands shaking. Silence again. Just the two of them, in the dark. Alive. For now. Later, as they caught their breath, Ryan turned to Zara. Why do they want? You dead now? You're one of them. Zara stared at the cave wall. Not anymore. I broke the code. I saved a human. I know too much. I feel too much. Feel what? She looked at him, quiet. Long pause. Then, connection. The word was small, but it filled the air. Ryan looked away. I thought you were cold when I met you. I was, she said. But something changed when I saw you hesitate. You could have killed me in the meeting room. You didn't. And when I stabbed you, you didn't curse me. You asked why. She touched her side where a faint scar showed. That's not weakness, Ryan, she said. That's something my people fear. What's that? Humanity. As the night deepened, the signal post behind them still blinked. Message sent. No reply. Yet. She proposed. Marriage? Ryan couldn't sleep. Even after the battle in the forest, even after escaping death again, something else kept him awake now. Zara's words. I feel too much. He didn't know what that meant. Or maybe he did. And that scared him more than alien warships. He sat near the cave's mouth, watching the stars shift slowly in the dark sky. This planet was quiet, but not peaceful. Everything out here felt like it was watching. Zara stepped beside him. Her cloak was torn, her face calm, but tired. We need to talk, she said. He nodded. I figured. She sat down beside him, the silence between them stretching like gravity. Finally, she spoke. The message we sent last night. It was received. By the Echo? Yes? He responded. Ryan leaned forward. What did he say? He can protect us, but only if I agree to something. What? Zara looked directly at him. A union. A union? A bond between Galari and human, symbolic, political, and permanent. Ryan frowned. What kind of bond are we talking about? A pause, then her voice dropped. Marriage. The word hit the air like thunder. Ryan stared at her. You're kidding. I'm not. You want to marry me? You, the alien who stabbed me, want to marry me now? Not want, she said. Need. If we show the galaxy that a human and a Galari can stand together, not as enemies, not as spies, but as equals, then maybe, just maybe, the war won't happen. And if we don't, then the Galari Council will declare you a threat. The Echo will vanish, and I'll be hunted forever. Ryan stood up, pacing. You could have warned me. This is insane. I know. This isn't just politics. It's personal. Zara stood too. Do you think it's easy for me? My people will see me as a traitor. Your people will think it's a trap. But I'm still standing here offering this because I believe in something bigger than fear. Why me? He asked again, voice cracking. Why not a diplomat? Someone important? Because they would fake it, she said. You won't. He stopped. That was the truth, wasn't it? He didn't know how to lie to the galaxy. The next day, they followed the coordinates the Echo had sent. It led them across black rock hills over ancient lava plains and through a canyon shaped like a scar. There, hidden under layers of crystal dust, was a transport shuttle. One of his safe routes, Zara explained. As they entered, the ship scanned them silently, then powered up. Destination locked, the AI said. Underground citadel, unregistered zone. The ship flew low, hiding under radar. Through a small window, Ryan saw the shadow of a Galari warship passing overhead. They were still being hunted, and they were running out of time. The citadel was hidden beneath a mountain of dead stone. Inside, it was part cave, part tech base. built by rebels, abandoned, and claimed again. The Echo stood waiting in the center. He was human, old, worn, but eyes sharp. "Ryan," he said, "we finally meet. You're real. More real than the peace treaty you almost died for." His eyes moved to Zara. "And you, Princess of the Council, the one who turned." Zara bowed slightly. "I came for truth, not war." "And love?" the Echo asked. "I don't know," she said. "But I came with him." The Echo nodded. "Then, we begin." The marriage was not like human weddings. No rings, no flowers, no music. Just a data bond. A deep neural scan that connected two minds at the surface. Enough to show emotions. Enough to prove unity. Ryan sat in the chair across. From Zara, machines hummed. Lights circled their heads, a voice counted down. Lincoln 3, 2, 1. It was like falling into water. But instead of drowning, Ryan floated through memories, hers and his. He saw her childhood, training with blades, standing before cold council members. He felt her loneliness. Then she saw his world. Blue, skies, laughter, the ocean. She felt his fear and his kindness. They opened their eyes. The bond was complete. The Echo stood silently, then spoke. "You've done it. Now the galaxy will know. A Galari and a human connected." "We're not in love," Ryan said quickly. "Not yet," the Echo replied. "But the Council won't care. They'll see it as betrayal. They'll come for both of you." Zara stepped forward. "We're ready." "Are you?" the Echo said, turning to her, then to Ryan. "Because what comes next is not survival. It's war." Just then the Citadel shook. An alarm screamed. "They found us," the Echo growled. "They followed your link." "What now?" Ryan asked, heart racing. Zara answered without hesitation. "Now we stop running." Love or war, the Citadel shook again. Dust fell from the ceiling. Alarms howled through the tunnels. Red lights blinked like warning eyes. "They're here," the Echo said. "Galari strike units, heavy armor. No mercy." Zara turned to Ryan. "We have 10 minutes, maybe less. Then we fight?" Ryan asked, gripping his blaster. "No," the Echo said. "You run." "We're not running again," Ryan snapped. "Not after what we've done." Zara nodded. "They saw the bond. They know we're united now. If we disappear again, they'll call it a trick. We need to go public." The Echo's eyes narrowed. "You mean broadcast?" "Yes," she said. "Galari tech allows full memory projection, emotional trace. We show them everything. What they planned, what they did to him, and that we chose peace and together." Ryan hesitated. "You want to show them inside our heads?" "It's the only thing they can't fake," Zara said. "The truth has to hurt to mean something." They rushed to the central chamber, an old memory projector built by rebel scientists. Massive glass panels surrounded a circular platform. In the middle, 2 neural seats waited. Zara took her place without a word. Ryan paused. His whole life had been about orders, missions, duty. But this was a choice no one could make for him. Marry the enemy, link their minds, and now open his soul to a galaxy that wanted him dead. He sat down. "Begin sequence," the Echo said. The machine came alive. Outside, the Galari ship had landed. Strike teams fanned out, weapons drawn. They moved through the tunnels like shadows. "No, prisoners," the captain said. "Kill the traitor, recover the human, destroy the bond." Inside the Citadel, memories flooded the screens. Zara's childhood, her first battle, her first doubt, Ryan's training, his mother's voice, the mission that broke him. The galaxy saw them not as enemies, but as people, and something began to shift. One of the Galari soldiers paused mid-step. He saw the projection on the wall, a young human boy helping an alien child walk through fire. Lowered his weapon. Another soldier beside him stared at the screen. "Why are we killing this?" he whispered, but behind them, the captain growled. "Traitors." He fired at the projection device. The citadel trembled. Sparks flew. The link faltered, but held. Inside the neural stream, Ryan saw Zara crying in a memory, a dark room. Her father's voice echoing coldly, "You are not allowed to feel." Then she saw his memory, Ryan on a broken battlefield, holding the hand of a dying alien soldier, refusing to leave him. "You saved him," Zara whispered, in real time. "You spared me," Ryan replied. "Maybe we were never enemies," she said. "Maybe we're the last piece left," he said. Then, a crack. The door exploded. The Galari soldiers stormed in. The Echo fired first, buying seconds. Ryan jumped up, shielding Zara. "End the stream." "Almost done," the Echo yelled, holding off the attackers. Zara pulled Ryan behind a pillar. Blaster bolts screamed past them. "They want the memory core," she said. "It's the only proof left. Then we protect it," Ryan said. They fought together, 2 against many. But something had changed. The gallery soldiers hesitated. They had seen the memories, felt the pain. The link. Some dropped their weapons. Some kept fighting, and one fired, directly at Zara. Ryan saw it. He pushed her. The bolt hit him in the side. He fell. She caught him. Blood on her hands. "Don't you dare," she whispered. "Don't you leave me now," he smiled weakly. "You stabbed me once, guess we're even now." "This isn't the end," she said. And it wasn't, because the Echo, bleeding but alive, threw the memory core into the emergency pod. "Get it out," he gasped. Zara carried Ryan half limp into the pod. The door closed. The pod launched, in orbit. Hidden satellites received the signal. The projection began to broadcast, across Galari systems, across human channels, across neutral zones. The human and the alien, enemies, now bonded, betrayed by their own, choosing peace in a war built on lies. Millions watched. Some cried, some raged, but no one could deny what they felt. Truth, hours later, Ryan woke up on a hospital ship. His side was wrapped. Pain sharp but distant. Zara sat beside him, silent. "We made it?" he asked. She nodded. "Was it enough?" "I don't know," she said. "But they hurt us." He reached out, took her hand. "Then maybe love wins." She looked at him with something like hope. "Or maybe," she said, "this is what love looks like when you fight for it." The human she chose, the galaxy, didn't sleep that night. After the memory broadcast, after the truth was shown, millions were watching and billions were asking, is it real? Can a human and a Galari truly choose peace and each other? The video of Ryan and Zara's bond spread like wildfire. Some called it propaganda. Others called it revolution. But one thing was clear. Everything had changed. Zara stood at the edge of the Human Alliance Council Hall, dressed in dark formal robes, half Galari military, half civilian. For the first time in history, she was allowed to speak before both government, as one voice, but not everyone was ready to listen. General Taylor, head of Earth's defense fleet, crossed his arms. "You expect us to believe she didn't manipulate him?" "You saw the memory stream," Ryan said, standing beside Zara. His side still hurt, but his voice was strong. "She risked everything. For me. For all of us." "Maybe that's part of the trick," another human delegate muttered. Zara stepped forward. "You think I stabbed your soldier and then faked love to earn your trust, but let me ask you this. If I was lying, why did the council try to kill me too?" The room went quiet. "I walked away from power, from bloodlines, from a war I was trained to lead. Not because I became soft, but because I saw something stronger than fear." She looked at Ryan. "I saw him." Deep within the Galari capital, her father watched the screen in silence. Varan Velnar, Council Prime, had ruled through control. Logic, cold precision. But his daughter had shattered that with one human. His advisors stood behind him. "We must respond," one said. "The public is divided," another warned. "Some are calling her a hero." Varen's hand tightened around his staff. "Send a message." "A public one?" "No," he said. "A weapon." That night, a coded alert reached the Human Council. An assassination order had been issued. Target: Ryan. Location: Summit meeting. Time: tomorrow. Zara paced the room. "He won't stop," she whispered. "My father thinks love is weakness." "Then let's prove him wrong," Ryan said. She shook her head. "No, we leave, disappear, go off-grid. We've run enough. This is different, this is personal." Ryan looked at her. "What's more personal than this? I'm not running from you or from them. If we die tomorrow, we die proving we meant it." She stared at him. Then slowly, she nodded. "Then we stand. Together." The summit hall was massive. Glass dome, open skies, hundreds of leaders seated in silence. The atmosphere was heavy. Everyone waited. Ryan and Zara walked to the center platform, hand in hand, but above them, hidden in the beams of light, a sniper drone, cloaked, armed, watching. As Ryan began to speak, the drone powered up. Zara's body tensed. Her instinct kicked in. She reached for her blade, then a flash, a shot, a scream, but not Ryan's. A Galari soldier had stepped in the way. The bolt struck him. He dropped. Armor cracked. Everyone turned. He coughed blood and saluted Zara. "We were wrong, Princess." Then he died. Chaos broke out. Soldiers swarmed. The drone exploded mid-air, shot down by human defense. And in that single moment, the world saw it. A Galari gave his life for a human, not because of orders, but because he believed in something more. The council chamber stood in silence. General Taylor stepped forward, his face hard to read. "You could have escaped. Instead, you stayed, bled, almost died." He looked at Zara. "You loved a human." She nodded, then to Ryan. "And you chose her over safety even when everyone said not to." "She's not the enemy," Ryan said. "She's the reason I still believe peace is possible." "So," Taylor said slowly, "what happens now?" Zara stepped up. "We make a new treaty," she said. "Not signed with ink, but with people, with truth, with memory." Weeks later, Ryan and Zara stood at the center of a joint ceremony, flags of both worlds behind them, cameras everywhere. But they didn't see the crowds. They saw each other, hand in hand. No lies, no orders, no running, just a human, and the alien who once tried to kill him. Now, his partner in peace. As they spoke the final vow, the words echoed across stars. "We were built for war," Ryan said. "But we chose something greater," Zara finished. "We chose each other. And the galaxy, for the first time in generations, believed." Something is wrong with him 6 months later. Peace had started. Slow, fragile, still under debate in some corners of the galaxy, but real. Ryan now worked as a liaison officer between the United Human Alliance and the Galari High Command. Zara, stripped of her royal titles, had become a cultural ambassador, a bridge between two species once trained to hate each other. But something wasn't right. Something was changing. Not in the world. In him. It started with a dream. Dark. Oceans. Floating cities. And a voice, deep and cold, whispering in a language he didn't understand. He would wake up gasping, sweating, and unable to remember what the voice said. But it stayed with him like a scar under the skin. Zara noticed it first. "You're different," she said one morning. "Slower, distant. Your memories feel clouded." He brushed it off. "I'm just tired." But he knew it wasn't just that. He was losing time. 10 minutes here, an hour there, and worse. Sometimes, when he looked in the mirror, he saw his face move before he did. One night, While attending a private meeting with a Galari scientist named Dr. Verrill, Ryan passed out. When he woke up, he was in a med chamber, alone, and something was inside his chest. He tore off the monitor wires, stumbled toward the glass wall, and stared at the reflection, a small scar, just beneath his ribs and under his skin, a faint metallic glow. Back at their residence, Zara activated a deep scan device. The results were immediate. "This isn't a wound," she whispered. "It's a node." "A what?" "A neural implant. Galari tech, but older. Buried. Hidden." Ryan backed away. "Are you saying they put something in me?" She stared at the scan again. "Not recently," she said slowly. "This tech, it's from the first mission. From the day I stabbed you." He froze. "Zara, tell me this wasn't your plan." Her face went pale. "I swear to you, I didn't know." The next day, Ryan confronted the Echo, the human rebel who once helped them escape. "What was in the data you gave us?" he demanded. The Echo sighed. "You were chosen for more than just your heart, Ryan. Your DNA reacted to Galari frequency fields. Even before we met you, we knew you were different." "What did they do to me?" The Echo hesitated. "They didn't change you," he said. "They unlocked something." That night, Ryan sat alone in the dark. He looked at his hands. Steady human, but inside he felt something, waking. He could hear things now. Frequencies no one else heard. Whispers from ships still in orbit, signals from deep space. And the dreams, they were no longer dreams. They were instructions. And the voice was starting to sound familiar. Zara returned, late from a council event, and found Ryan standing in the hallway, eyes distant, skin glowing faintly under the moonlight. "Ryan?" He didn't answer. "What's happening to you?" He turned slowly, and for a moment, she saw it. A flicker in his gaze. Someone, or something, else looking back. He blinked. "Zara, I think something is inside me." In secret, she contacted Dr. Verrill, the same Galari who had warned her once about illegal military research. When Verrill saw Ryan's scan, her voice dropped to a whisper. "This tech isn't just a node, it's a key. A key to what? Not what. Who?" And then she told Zara something that shattered her. "Your people were building a hybrid, not a weapon, a leader. Someone who could speak to both sides, command both armies, rewrite war itself. Ryan wasn't just part of the plan. He was the plan."